Five things you can do today to get your period back. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Claudia and I help women to recover their periods, restore their metabolism, and rebuild a healthy relationship with food, exercise, and their bodies. Today, I want to walk you through five things that you can literally do today to get your period back. These are very practical, doable steps that make a profound difference, especially if you're dealing with hypothalamic amenorrhea or a missing period due to stress, underfueling, over-exercising, or just being in go, 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 go mode for too long. So this video is meant to help you shift mentally, emotionally, and physically towards recovery starting now. So let's jump straight in. The first thing I want you to do today is super simple but extremely powerful. Trust me on this one. I've seen that happening over and over again in the past 10 years, and I've seen women going from decades of amenorrhea to getting pregnant in less than 3 months by following these very simple tips. So today, I really would like you to start by grabbing pen and paper, not your phone, not your laptop, an actual pen and an actual paper, if you still know where to buy them or where to find them. And I want you to write down what your recovery day would look like. So start from the beginning of the day. Ask yourself, what time would I ideally wake up if I were truly prioritizing my recovery? What would breakfast look like if I were fueling my body properly? When would I move if I even move that day? At what time would that be? Which kind of movement would I engage with? What kind of movement is more supporting when it comes to my healing right now? Not in the future, not in the past, right now. Also, ask yourself, how would I be speaking to myself? Which kind of tone would I use? Which kind of words would I use? What I would say when the voice of fear and restriction shows up. Write it all down in details because the reality is that if you have been stuck in quasi-recovery or hypothalamic amenorrhea for too long, you may have an idea of what recovery looks like, but you have no idea of what it may look like for you, which is why this exercise can be a game changer. So write it all down in details, the timing, the food, the rest, the feelings, the self-talk. And then once you've written it, I want you to read it again tonight. So if you write it in the morning or lunchtime, please make sure that you read it again before going to sleep. Put the paper next to the bed so that when you wake up tomorrow morning, is the first thing that you see is your commitment, okay? Is your commitment with yourself. This really primes your brain to follow through because you are reminding yourself of your intention before the stress of the day takes over and after the day is gone at the end of the day. So leave that pen and paper next to your bed. You may want to revisit it, you may want to edit it, or you may also want to make a copy and bring it with you during the day. But just make sure that is the first thing and the last thing that you see before going to sleep or when you wake up in the morning. Now, this is really going to lead me beautifully to step number 2. I want you also to visualize yourself living that recovery day right before you close your eyes tonight. Just for 2 or 3 minutes. That's more than enough. You don't have to visualize yourself for 20 minutes and you don't have to visualize the perfect location, the perfect place, the perfect recovery day. Good enough is absolutely enough. And you may notice that the first time that you visualize yourself, you're going to stumble, you're going to second guess yourself, you're going to question a couple of things. And the visualization is going to change every single night until you get to a place that really feels comfortable, feels alive, feels really great. And you can bask in that feeling. You can bask in all your achievements because you're basically visualizing the future that you're building starting today. So close your eyes if you can right now and simply imagine to wake up rested, to go straight into breakfast without bargaining or negotiating with yourself, to move gently without compulsion, without any other reasons. No need to change your body. Just simply be who you are today. Speak to yourself with kindness, softness, and permission. Feel calm, grounded, and present. Speak to other people with kindness and love. Now, you may be asking yourself, why does this matter? And there is actually a scientific reason. When you imagine a scenario vividly, the brain lights up in almost the same way as if you're actually doing it. So the brain starts building neural pathways that support that behavior, that support behavioral changes. This is called mental rehearsal rehearsal, I do apologize, or neuroplastic priming. By visualizing a recover day, you're training your brain to see this as safe, familiar, and possible. You're reducing the fear, you're reducing resistance, and making the next day choices feel way more natural. So thinking of it like a rehearsing for a role, or maybe when you're going for an interview and you just go through the questions in your brain before presenting in front of the interviewer. This type of visualization is very much used by CEO like Tony Robbins, for example, or even by Olympic swimmers, Olympic gold medalists that basically see themselves in the field, see themselves going through the race. And once they really show up for the actual race, they feel comfortable, they feel safe, they don't feel that fear and resistance anymore. So just give yourself a favor, do yourself a favor before going to sleep tonight for just a couple of minutes. Start visualizing yourself in a recovered stage of your life. Now, when you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to look for an accountability buddy. That's step number 3. This can be a partner, a close friend, a sibling, someone online, or even better, if you can afford it right now, a professional can obviously hold the space in a different way compared to how a partner or a friend can. But if you don't have access to a professional right now, just make sure that you find that person that is already present in your life, that you feel comfortable when it comes to opening up and sharing your needs and sharing your fears as well. Now, I want to tell you why this matters. Recovery requires behavior changes, right? No doubt. We are all aware of it. But behavior change is significantly more successful when social accountability is involved. What does that mean? That you have way more chances to succeed if there is a friend that is going to check in on you, if there is a professional that is going to guide you and is going to make sure that you're doing the things, and if you have that person that you can rely on when things get tough. So research show that having to check in increases follow through dramatically because your brain sees that behavior as part of a commitment rather than an isolated choice. So if you can, tomorrow morning, text your new accountability buddy, let them know that they are your accountability buddy, and just make sure that you take advantage of their help. A partner or friend can support you emotionally. A professional can obviously add something extra, like they understand the physiology of what your body is going through, of how your hormones are going to change, how you feel about life and how you feel about your body. They do recognize your patterns, so they're going to be very quick at visualizing them and correcting them. They can obviously change things as you change during the recovery journey, and they can hold you accountable with zero judgment. Absolutely zero judgment. Accountability works because recovery is just not physical. It's psychological. It's mainly psychological, to be honest. When you feel seen, when you feel supported and guided, you're way more likely to push through the discomfort. And now let me get to step number 4, which is possibly the most important if you want to get your period back yesterday, which is implementation. So step 4 sounds simple, but this is the heart of the entire process. It's when it comes the time to implement the things. This is when the healing really happens. So follow your written plan, stick to the meals, prioritize rest, say no to unnecessary workouts, choose self-talk that is supportive, not punishing, let your body exhale. And a lot of people get stuck in the planning and visualizing stage because planning is safe and comfortable, but the real transformations happens when you take action, even if it's a messy action. Implementing your plan doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be consistent. Which is why, as I mentioned, I really would like you to write down everything on paper today, visualize tonight, and from tomorrow you get the accountability buddy and you get started. I give you 48 hours max if you want to implement all the things without feeling rushed, but within the next couple of days, I want you to start doing all the things that you wrote down that are going to help you to get your recovery back on track, or that are allowing you to get your period back. And if you don't know what these things are, then it's even more important for you to actually get that professional guidance and support. The fifth thing that you can do is to create a backup plan. for the days where everything goes south, because things are gonna go south. You're human. We are all human. So sometimes emotions get loud, sometimes anxiety takes over, sometimes you get invited out or you stay up late so you cannot really implement the plan or stick to what you have written down in the plan. And sometimes you generally don't follow the plan. And this is where self-compassion and acceptance really come in. Your backup plan might look like, if I get overwhelmed, I text my accountability buddy. If I miss a meal, I eat as soon as I remember, without guilt. If I don't sleep enough, I rest extra the next day, or maybe I take a nap. If I start spiraling, I pause, I breathe, and remind myself recovery isn't ruined, I'm still on track. So, having this plan, having a few little sentences that can really help you to calm down your nervous system, prevents the all or nothing mentality that derails so many women. Recovery is definitely not linear. Recovery is far away from being perfect. It's just a series of choices, it's a series of commitment that you make with yourself that they're going to bring your body towards safety again and again and again. So if you slip up one day, no worries. You step back the next. You already know what to do because you have already written it in the plan, or a professional has helped you to write it down. So go back to the plan. You don't sleep enough. That's okay. Take a little bit of a siesta. You're having an anxious filled day. All right, that can happen. Just make sure that you engage in activities that bring happiness back into your life. And always self-compassion and acceptance first. So these are the 5 things you can do today to get your period back. Step number 1, write down what your recovery day looks like. Step number 2, visualize the day right before you go to sleep. Step number 3, find an accountability buddy. That's going to be a game changer. Number 4, just implement all the things with imperfection. And number 5, have a backup plan for the tough days. Your body really wants to come back to balance. That's all your body wants. Your period is not lost. It's just waiting for the conditions that tell your system that everything is safe again. So if you find this video helpful, give this video a like, please subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who really needs to hear this message today. And if you want more guidance, support, or one-on-one help, all the links are in the description below. You deserve recovery, you deserve ease, and you absolutely deserve your period back. And if you want to continue learning, here is my video where I explain exactly how to get the period back in less than 20 minutes. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.